what, Macho knocked her off the ropes or something. Hogan carried her to the back, and then Macho, and it was great. I mean, they were like the first friends to turn on each other, kind of. And then in real life, we all found out they hate each other. See you, man, Hulk. Anyway. But I think they still don't get along. No. They still hate each other. Something to do with it.
Oh, at least we know we won't see him in TNA.
That's true. I think what, Macho and Liz were married and had got in a fight, and Liz went and lived with Hogan for a couple of weeks. And that was part of it. And Macho accused him of fooling around with her or whatever it was, and something like that. That's what started their whole. Kev?
My number 4 is Sergeant Slaughter versus Iron Sheik.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
A lot of the flagpole matches.
Yeah.
Boot camp matches,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Boot
those.
camp matches, yep.
All right. My number 3 is Chris Jericho versus Chris Benoit. Yes, I said it.
Battle of the Christmas.
The Battle of the Christmas, yep. Just any match these two were involved in with each other, be it like a submission match, a regular match, they fought for how many months over that Intercontinental title.
True.
And it was never boring. You know, that was like a feud that could go on for years, and I think it did go on like a year or so.
It went for a while, yeah.
The ladder match at the one Rumble, 2001, I think it was. 2000.
Yeah, when Jericho put him in the walls of Jericho on the
ladder, yeah. Really good match, technical matches.
Oh, yeah.
Probably one of the very few matches where both guys got a standing ovation at the end because just had the fans on the edge of their seats. But one guy would do a suplex, and the next guy would do a suplex, and they were reversing at each other's holders.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit,
yeah.
And I thought it was great that like Benoit didn't show his personality, and Jericho always mocked him for it.
Yeah.
Benoit, Chris Benoit. And remember, like he had him on the Titantron. He's like, "Here's Chris Benoit as a blushing bride." And they showed him. It was Jericho's funny.
And the goat.
Yeah. It was a good feud though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Joe?
My number 3 is it was on John just said about it. Hogan versus Savage. This is real life feud, like you said. You know, feud in the ring, and it was like the two biggest stars at the time. You know, and it was a shocker when Savage turned on him, and well, not really if anybody that was in the back and knew Savage. Savage did not like anybody looking at Liz or talking to her.
Yeah, he was really jealous.
He always thought somebody was like trying to fuck her. Not that, you know, I would have. She was hot. You know, but
Would you now?
that's what that's called us. I don't care. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's been a few years. It's probably rotted away by now. But when it was fresh, yes. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Savage was really jealous. So like, I mean that caused a lot of problems between him and Hogan personally. You know, and Hogan always said like, you know, I never knew what the guy had against me. I think Savage and Liz had a falling out. Liz wanted to stay with Hogan. Hogan even like brought him into WCW and stuff. Like he told everybody, you know, bring him in. You know, this guy can draw money. And, hey, some people just don't mix, I guess.
My number 3 was kind of a spin-off of Kevin's number 5. I have Matt Hardy versus Edge. Because again, I think it's the first I can remember being a real-life feud. It was personal first and then wrestling. That was the first time like Vince used real names, and it was like legitimate stuff that he mentioned. Usually that stuff like it never happened, and they just be fighting. And this was all very real. It was Go ahead.
I remember when they first showed Matt. I'm like, what the heck? We had no idea he had signed back with Vince.
He like came out of the crowd. And he had like a live mic. He's like, Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
And we were like,
I think the first time was backstage. Like Edge and Lita were walking to the ring, and then all of a sudden, like he attacked him from behind. I'm like, what? Because they had just broke about all that news about that, and I guess Vince contacted him and saying, come back because we could really use you for the story.
I remember
capitalize on it. You know, you and Edge will never be huger, and then we saw all that happen. what happened with that.
And actually, if you think about it, got Edge to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they used him. It got that he was never going to draw more heat and be more of a heel than he was then.
Yeah.
Every guy, even guys hate him like, that's fucked up, man. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, every guy, you know.
It
I
should
thought it
have
was
did
cool.
the same for that. It should have elevated both of them at the same time, like you said. Like, you know, guys can understand, can sympathize with either one. Either one being the guy that was the asshole and took the other guy's girl, or being the other guy that had his girl took. I mean,
Yeah.
so you know, but that should have elevated them both. You know, Edge having that heat like motherfuckers want to kill his ass, and then Matt for sympathy.
Look back at what I remember. Matt looked bad.
Yeah, well,
I
that's
think he
what I'm
lost
saying.
every match, and badly. I think that cage match, Edge beat him. I thought they had like
I don't
a.
know.
No, the
I think they had like a street fight. Every time they fought, Edge beat him pretty much. He didn't look
They had
so
that
good.
street fight. The referee stopped it because
Yeah.
Matt was excessive blood loss.
We won't see that anymore.
Now, Kev.
My number 3
Bring back blood, Vince.
is
half naked chick.
Mr. Coconut. Piper versus Snuka.
All right
Remember
then.
that?
I remember, yeah.
I don't.
As
Piper's
on
Pig?
Piper's
Hit
Pig.
him with a coconut.
Yeah, and then
Making fun of me? Have a banana.
No, sir. You know, please, I want you to feel it.
Monkey boy. Call him a monkey boy.
Here's some bananas. Unfortunately, I don't have a tree for you to climb up and down, but you want a coconut?
Piper was awesome.
My number 2 is a feud with probably the two biggest stars of the late '90s, The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's not much more you can say about those two. Well, one's in the Hall of Fame and one will be.
Headline 3
Yeah.
Manias.
Yeah, definitely. They went back and forth, although I'm sure Austin won more than The Rock.
I
thought
think
that
they
was the
split it
thing.
evenly.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the last match when Stone Cold couldn't wrestle. I thought that was why he lost to The Rock, because The Rock had never beaten him.
Yeah.
And that
Well,
was like his way in.
I mean, just like at any pay-per-view, like a Backlash.
Oh,
or,
yeah, they were-
Yeah, Austin usually won, I think, but The Rock had Stone Cold's belt and stuff and threw it over the bridge. And
Joined the corporation. Remember?
yeah, they pulled that sharpshooter thing again.
Yeah.
When The Rock made Foley tap out
Tap
or
out,
whatever,
yeah.
and then they started that between the two of them again.
I thought they had split a lot of that feud.
I don't remember.
I'm not
On the
sure.
Backlashes, but I think the WrestleMania, they wrestled at 2 WrestleManias and Stone Cold won. Well, they wrestled at 3. Stone Cold won 2 of
Two,
them. I
and he
think
won
The
one.
Rock
Yeah.
won
That was
one.
like,
Yeah.
because Stone Cold couldn't wrestle more. That was like his last sort of.
I think that was his last WrestleMania match.
Yeah, which I think was 17.
I think so.
I think The Rock won that one.
Joe?
My number 2 is Edge versus Cena. I think that was an awesome feud.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Edge, like he was like a transitional guy, but he did great. He was about the only guy that could beat Cena.
Consistently.
Yeah. Like Cena had been champ for like almost 2 years at
I
that
think-
point when Edge took the belt off of him,
He did have it for 2 years.
or just a little over 2 years, something like that.
Within those 2 years, I think there was like 6 months he didn't have it. That was when Edge had it.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
the most part, yeah.
That TLC match they had was really cool.
Yeah.
Cena like F-U'd him through all those tables.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was an awesome feud for both them guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My number 2 is Wes's number 2, Austin versus Rock. For all the same reasons. Obviously, we don't need to say any more about it. They matched up well. 2 big stars. Faces, heels, it didn't matter. They were good
Talking on the
matches.
mic.
Yeah, they were really good. Kev?
Kevin just changed. It's a
Yeah.
fresh top 5.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was a better feud than the one I had. My number 2 is Shawn Michaels against Marty Jannetty. When he threw him through the barbershop window, and they had their feud, and they broke up the Rockers.
I remember that.
It was a feud that never really,
It
Got
took off
what
a
it-
little bit, but
it never got started the way it should have. It was
Yeah,
like hot and cold, like it was like they were started it, then Marty did some, got caught with drugs or something, so they fired him, then he come back and they
Marty won
started
the belt,
again.
lost it like 4 days later or something back to
Yeah.
Shawn. And
yeah.
then
Yeah, they never
It-
got
it
to
could have
but
been-
that was a good
it
little
could have
feud.
been like Matt and Edge, but it didn't.
If you think about it though, it was